roads and the water and sewer projects, those kind of things, work at the airport, things like that. The combined LGA has about 2,400 kilometres of roads, and a bit over half of those are unsealed rural roads, and the other half are approximately half of those are sealed both urban and rural roads. So in the roadworks teams, there's, right across the local government area, there's about 80 people involved. The planning starts from we look at the annual program, see what is in the council's budget, and that is projects forward 4 years. So we initially look forward 4 years, and then as we then focus down on what's the program for the current financial year, and allocate those projects out into the different quarters of the year. And then after that, we've then focused down on what's happening over the next 2 weeks. So it's a long-term to a short-term planning process that's always being adjusted as we go along. Depends on whether it's a maintenance thing, but so maintenance priorities are different to the capital priorities. So capital priorities are based on condition assessment of the road network to determine which roads need renewal as part of the long-term life cycle of a piece of road. The maintenance activities are more based on the things like the current weather conditions and so on, which influence the condition, particularly of rural unsealed roads, on a more dynamic basis. So we have capital budgets and operational or maintenance budgets, and they're really quite separate. So capital project budgets are allocated over that 4-year cycle, and the specific dollar amounts for each capital project, which is based on the estimate of the job. Talking about maintenance, there are maintenance cost headings for all the different activities that are done, like bitumen patching or gravel resheeting or maintenance grading on rural roads. And then as we go through the years, sometimes, and last year's a good example, 2016, we had some natural disaster funding that also helped because we had a particularly wet year. That doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes that's available and sometimes it's not. However, the maintenance dollars get apportioned out to deal with the maintenance service levels for each particular part of the network as the needs arise. We're always applying for grants for of a different nature to supplement council's ratepayer funds. Fixing country roads, the Infrastructure New South Wales programs, for example Boundary Road, at the moment we've put in an application for funding for that, which is a large capital project. And then there are also more routine financial assistance grants that come to council, to all councils, which are allocated each year. We certainly do a significant amount of work for the RMS on the highways. So we have a contract with the RMS to undertake maintenance and construction activities on the highways, both within Dubbo itself, as well as the Golden Highway going east towards Newcastle, and some of the Mitchell Highway. But on the Mitchell Highway, it's only in the urban areas. Certainly the weather has a significant impact on our programs. As an example, last year, like the second half of 2016, a lot of our capital projects had to be deferred because we simply couldn't do the work because the sites were too wet and so on. That also meant that because of the effect on the roads, we had to put lots of resources into flood type repairs. So that those sort of things happen quite frequently. if people have requests, they can ring our customer service centre 6801 4000. We get a significant number of our inquiries that way to let us know that there are conditions that they're concerned about on a particular piece of road. It's really helpful if specific information is provided at those times. And then what happens there is we do an inspection of the road and we measure the road condition against set standards that we have. So we have triggers for when we start to do work on roads. So it's not necessary that every request will be met immediately. We do the assessment, and then based on the assessment and how that matches the maintenance service levels that we have for a particular piece of road, then we program the work in. So we don't necessarily go and do repairs at different points of the compass. We try and prioritise the work so that we do the work on a sort of moving field across the local government area, so that because that optimises the way we deliver.